We'll go to some recap. We'll go to some recap. Fantastic recap. To the recap, we understood what is a big data. We discussed about four varieties, four V's. We talk about monolithic as well as a distributed and milestones of milestones of Hadoop. And we discussed what are the important factors, what are the things we need to for a storing purpose. We have HDFS. We can use S3 bucket or a local for process. We have something called MapReduce. MapReduce is gonna replace by Spark, and we have the resource manager, that is An. We have a discussion on An and Mesosi. We discuss all these concepts in the introduction to the big data. Today, this is the whole configuration of Hadoop architecture. Hadoop means we need to store the data, then we need to process it. This process should be monitored by someone or resource manager. This is called yet another resource manager is a key area. Then we covered out the architecture. What is Hive? What is Pig? What is Coop? What is Spark? And and this is what we covered so far. Today, the core component of storing. We'll talk about store component. How do we store the data? Like step by step process. Then we will go to the processing the data, whatever we stored in the phase one. I take this as the phase one. This is the phase two. This is the combination of, it's a mix. This is what it runs parallelly. Parallel will be an is to process, an is to as a resource manager for processing, right? Okay, now let us go to the basic fundamental of HDFS. Now how do, okay, for phase one we are talking about phase one, which talks about storing of my data. Here my data can be either structured or unstructured, whatever format, whatever format. We'll talk formats in the later classes of how the data been storing into the big data systems. Okay, the phase one. I'm going to the phase one. Let us understand. Let us go to the some analogy of how the storing of a data. Let us think we want to visit a place. What we need to do? We need to book a hotel, right? Whom we should contact first? We need to contact. We need to contact front office, right? he will tell you the what are the rooms available. What are the rooms available, and he will also tell you the filled, and he also have complete snapshot of rooms, right? Rooms snapshot, how many rooms was there and how many is filled. So who is the master here? Here is the master is admin guy, and nodes are my rooms. Nodes are my rooms. Whom should first I contact? I should contact first admin to check whether the availability of a rooms. This how we need to work. Let us talk to the same thing in terms of HDFS. Okay. HDFS broadly works on name node and data node. What is this? Data node. How the architecture falls? This will nodes. See, I have the name node. This is what my name node, NN. I have my data node 1, data node 2, data node 3. I have 4 nodes. How many nodes? I have 4 node architecture. This is what 4 node architecture. This is similar to, see, name node stores the metadata of data nodes. What name node stores? Metadata of name nodes. One more important aspect of big data is any file, the maximum size is 128 MB. This is fixed and standard size for storing of a data. Right? Let us imagine, let us assume I have 500 MB file. I will split this into 128 MB. Here also 128 MB. Here also I can store it as 128 MB. What is the remaining? Remaining is left. How many nodes? I have 4 nodes. Last node contains only, it will not store 118 because it is less than 500 is less. This count will not come to the 118. It stores 116 MB. Okay. This is what my data node, right? I'm splitting the data and the data will be storing here. So the information of the data node will be stored in name node. That is the addresses. Addresses will be stored in name node. What are the things we have here? The most important thing we need to know in HDFS, 2 concepts. One is name node, another one is data node. Name node will store metadata of data nodes. Metadata of data nodes. Where actual data resides? My actual data resides in data node. What is the size of what is the size we can store in data node? We can store, we'll talk this more in 128 MB. Can we increase or decrease? Yes. And we have a downside of it. We'll discuss this in the following discussion. Right. Now, how to process how the process will happen here. It's a very fairly simple. It is like, first we need to client. There is a client sends a request. Whom should I contact? I should contact. Can I contact data node directly? No. Direct connection to data node is restricted. You cannot restricted, right? You have to go via where name node. So name node will send the request to data node. From there, this will be data will be retrieved. Okay. There is a two catch points here. There is a, we discussed about data node and name node, right? This is what very important here. Data node and name node properties. Name node property. Properties. It is made up of, this data nodes are made up of commodity hardwares. What hardware? Commodity. We'll talk this. What is commodity hardware? There is a most chances of failure of the hardwares. Commodity hardwares are most likely to failure. Whereas in a name node, it is built on high quality hardwares. High quality hardwares. So it's less likely prone to damage. So we talked about data node and name node and what are the properties. The various failures can happen. The most likely, my failures is going to be at name node. Name node, right? No. At data node. Data node. Keep this point, not this one. There are chances of name node failures. We will also talk on that on the coming session. First, now we will go to the some important concepts, some more fundamental here. We have something called data node and name node. And what Hadoop does, having the excellent facility of replication factor. Replication what is meaning of replication factor? It keeps the replica of a data in other nodes as well. Let us say I have written node 1, the same copy will present in somewhere in node 2, node 3, node 4 as well. I have replication is what? We can mention my replication factor. We can define the replication factor as to 3 because this will help you to restore the data. Why this is used? To restore the data, right? We can restore the data. In case of where? In case of failures of what node? Data node. Data node. This replication information also holds by whom? Replication information also stored by name node. Okay. Now there is some more. We discussed about data node. We discussed about a name node. Let us move the very detailed way of how this architecture works. I have a three node architecture. Okay. How system will know the data node is active or failed? Because these data nodes are, we discussed about data nodes are most likely to fail. So I should keep a watch on it, right? I should have a keep watch out. Keep watch on what? Data nodes. How this can be done? Okay. How do you know when a patient admitted in a hospital, how the patient is alive or dead is monitored by the help of what? Heartbeat, right? Here, the same concept. Same concept. What is happening now? This is the whole story of it. Entire architecture ecosystem. This is how the system is built. So here the facts, some facts about this. Heartbeat. What heartbeat do? It sends the signals. Thus, data node sends the signal for what time of interval? Every 3 seconds. Every 3 seconds. Right? To ensure that if the signals not received to name node for 10 seconds, because we this has to respond for 3 seconds. So we will give it as a time of 10 seconds. So 3 iterations. If it is not sent, it meaning of that, this is what happened. There are the two possibilities. Either it could be dead, or either it could be running slow. Let me explain this concept. Very like try to understand here. It's a very fairly simple and easy concept. I have something called name node. I'll write a two only. I don't wanted to make a mess. I wanted to do two data nodes. For every 3 seconds, name node should receive the signals. If it fails to receive for 10 seconds, because maybe like if system is running slow, there is a probability of I'll respond late. I'll respond late. So I'm asking you wait for till 10 seconds. If not, mark it as a dead, and you change the and you remove the data from there, and you have the metadata, right? We need to update the metadata as per. Okay. What will happen if this is died? So my replication factor comes to replication factor is 3. It is come down to 2, right? Less than 3. So name node will create name node will create a one more copy to maintain the replication, to maintain replication factor, replication factors. Hope this is clear. Okay. Now let us just summarize this here. Let's we summarize here. Data node is to store the data, more likely to get failure because of commodity software. How do you ensure? How do we say particular node is active by the help of heartbeat replication factor is 3, and to maintain the replication we need to maintain the replication default is 3. That's how we understood. Now let us understand. We spoke let me take another color. Let us assume you have a data and everything is going good. Everything is good. Everything is good. So I have a name node. I am writing as a data node 1. Let us assume that I'll have a data node 1 only. Okay. For our basic understanding. So If data node goes failure, we can get the information because of replication factor. Imagine if name node goes down, no data will be retrieved, right? Entire data will be gone. So you cannot access the data nodes. You cannot access because name node metadata of data node. If this has been deleted, there is no point that to retrieve the data at all. We cannot retrieve is impossible task. What is that? Impossible task. How do you resolve this? This is the one of the big challenges, right? So what is the now? What we need to take? I'll take one more color. This here is it able to write? Hadoop 1.0 name node is a single point of failure. Node name node is the single point of it means name node fails. There is no way to get the data. So you are completely lost here. So you cannot get the data at all. So to mitigate this issue, there is a some version 1.2 in Hadoop 2.0. They brought the concept of secondary node. We'll talk further on this. We'll talk more on this secondary node and which how do we do this. Okay. Now let us take some analogy here. Let us have HDFS. We talked about data node and this called as a name node. Name node, what it stores? It stores the metadata. It stores the metadata. It stores the actual data. So the name node is like an index page of a book. The pages are data. What is the limitation here? 128 MB. This way we can have the analogy here. Okay. This is what, hope you are clear. Data node, name node. We can write it thus, name node failures. For to handle the name node failure, we don't have the replication factor here. No replication factor here. Factor here. Instead of this, we have a two more files. Very important. Understand here. One is FS image, and the second one is edit logs. FS image is screenshot of the file system. Screenshot of the file and edit information on the files. Edit info of the respect to data. Right? These are the two important things which we need to consider on the point of failure of name node. Right? So here, so what will happen in edit logs? We'll talk on the edit logs and FS images. Okay. FS image is the snapshot of the data, and edit logs are the edit information on this. Edit information of the logs. Edit information of the log files. What is there is something called a process of merging. Merging, what we will do, we will combine FS image. We will combine FS image plus edit logs to ensure the integrity, and we keep this as a snapshot. We keep this as a snapshot. We will merge this to the again we will merge this as to a FS image, and we will store this into the secondary node. Who will do the merging process? There is something called name node. There is something called secondary node. For every name node, there will be a secondary node in the HDFS, right? This will be maintaining the copies of FS image contains what? Snapshot, right? It will store the secondary node, will store the FS image. So name node, in if a point of the failure of the name node, it takes the information from the FS node and it will store the, it will restore back the data. So there will be a zero downtime. Zero downtime in HDFS system. There is a zero downtime in HDFS system. Okay. So we have some more concept called checkpointing. Something called checkpoint. This is nothing but taking FS image and edit logs, combining, merging together, merging process. Who will handle this? This will be done by the secondary node, not by the primary node. Okay. And one of the most important concept which is more mostly ignored by the people is the shared location memory. Like how we will write here, how that secondary node will come to know failure of primary node. Okay, let me draw the diagram. Okay, okay, let us understand here. There is in my active name node. Okay, active name node and zookeeper. This is the zookeeper, ZK zookeeper, and there is a secondary name node, right? And we have the data nodes. We have a data node one. The same data node one will be again, it will be maintained by one. Whenever this is the connection between these two, right? Whenever this active nodes get fails, it will be informed by the signals will be moved to zookeeper. A zookeeper will activate the secondary node. Here zookeeper acts as a intermediary between two components. Two components. And there is one more concept called a block report. Apart from the heartbeat, there is something called a block report. This will tell you the how many data nodes are corrupted. How many data nodes are corrupted. Heartbeat, what it will talk? It talks about node active or dead. So whenever this active node is failed, zookeeper will come to know. This will be in a like closed circuit, actually closed network. So it will trigger the secondary node into the action. So it works as a, it works same as the name node. Okay. So with this, we will end up the core concepts of HDFS. Okay. We'll write here recap of today's session, because as many times you remember, it will be good enough. HDFS have two components: name node, data node. Name node will store metadata of, I'll write the points, metadata of data node, right? This is primarily responsible for all data failure activities. Okay. In case of failure of data node, replication factor comes into the picture. And what are the concepts we talked about? Heartbeat. Sends the signals for every 3 seconds. This block report we'll talk about. Block report will talk about how many corrupted data nodes. And whereas in a data node, it stores the actual data. Replication factor. There is some rack awareness. Rack awareness. Rack means, we will talk this concept. Rack means keeping your information on different geographical locations. Geographical locations, right? Why we are storing into different locations? Because whenever that system got corrupted, it is easy to retrieve it because it will store there in the different racks. So this word here, okay. And we will talk final concept of name node failure. If name node failures, yes, it is tough to restore entire data. In order to address this issue, how do 2.0 broad concept of secondary node. What the secondary node will do? It stores the FS image plus edit logs. This we call this as a, this activity is known as what? We call this as activity is checkpointing. That's how this HDFS works. First, what is the step to? First, we need to work with the HDFS. We need to store the data. How do you store? We need to store. To retrieve, we need to perform read operations. So data will be going to store in data node, and name node is a master node. With this, we completed the HDFS architecture here. Next class, we'll talk about Linux and MapRead and HDFS commands. Because we need to store the data, right? We need to store the data before it's processed. HDFS commands. Okay, thank you.